Hello everyone and welcome, my name is Scarface King and today we're going to be discussing a theory slash concept I have for the next Dokkan Fest, obviously after the select Dokkan Fest. This video is kind of long, I've kind of fucked up the recording multiple times, I'm hoping I get it right this time, so let's go. It's currently 2 days prior to the 7/7 celebration. We know that for a set period we will receive 7 Dragon Stones a day and have access to an amazing Dokkan Fest banner which has 7 featured Dokkan Fest exclusive units as voted for by us, the community. As far as I'm aware, the banner might include every Dokkan Fest unit, but the featured units are Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Super Vegeta Blue, Super Gogeta the Strength 1, TEQ Super Saiyan 3 Goku, Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, and Super Vegeta. Now, as far as this event goes, I see this being fairly similar to the event we're getting on Global at the same time, where all the premium units available in the game are on one banner at once. And to go with that, logically, it only makes sense to begin a shift towards the new meta. This is exactly what is happening on Global right now, and obviously this also happened on Japan a little while ago. But my point is that we have 120% leads of Super and Extreme for every colour. We also have a summonable LR of every colour except Physical. So in my eyes, one of 3 things will happen either on 7/7 or during the Dokkan Fest that will follow it. Either 1, we will get some kind of physical LR that very well could be Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but there's a number of nominees, but we will get some kind of physical LR card in its own banner. 2, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta will be released and he will be the first Super Rainbow lead. Or number 3, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta will be the first lead of the new meta. Now, I keep saying Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta because the title page of the game, as you know, is changing to Goku and Vegeta. That could just be because of the Select Dokkan Fest, seeing as they were the top vote recipients. But I like to think that we're moving towards Gogeta. That's what I like to think. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. Personally, I'd be okay with any of the things I just said happening, but if we are moving on to a new meta, please Bandai, can we get a few more free-to-play stones? Because I'm all tapped out. I'm running out of supply. All I get is your daily gift, which I'm very grateful for, but I'm a little bit low. So, in this video, I'd like to discuss some ideas I have for things that we could see in the next month or so on Dokkan Battle. I'm going to try and keep it realistic, but chances are I'm going to get carried away. And I'm going to focus a little bit too much on the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta thing, even if it's not going to happen. And the cards I'm coming up with are either going to be really shitty or really OP, so don't take them too seriously. Anyway, let's get started. First things first, the summonable LR. I hope it comes in the Select Dokkan Fest banner. That would be really great. But probably not going to happen. And I think there are a few candidates that I have in mind. Now, my logic might be a bit all over the place here, so bear with me. First off, I think the next unit will be Physical, because that's the only summonable LR that doesn't exist yet. I believe it will be a Super unit, because at the moment we only have Gohan as a summonable Super type LR. And, okay, so here's my picks. First up, we have Universal Spirit Bomb GT Goku. This probably has a lower chance than the rest. I mean, there's already an LR Goku card, even if it is a free version, and a very different version. And GT isn't super popular, but GT Kid Goku would be a perfect candidate for an LR. The final moments of the series, an iconic image, him doing the Universal Spirit Bomb, and, you know, I think that would make him a great nuker, if you ask me, but I don't know, we'll see what happens. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta would be my second nominee, but honestly, I want him to be a Dokkan Fest exclusive unit and not an LR. I mean, he fits the bill for an LR, sure, but seeing as he doesn't already have a unit in the game, I have a feeling he'll be a Dokkan Fest exclusive before anything else, so let's move on from that. The third option, I think, is Trunks. He doesn't have an LR card yet. I mean, you could say Gotenks or Trunks. I mean, either way, it could work. I don't really know which version stands out enough and has an iconic enough moment to fit in as an LR. Like, I don't know, Trunks has had quite a few moments, so maybe. But yeah, I haven't fleshed this one out too much, but definitely Trunks is a candidate that I could see happening. Now, my last option is definitely the most fleshed out. It's definitely the one I want to happen most. Doesn't necessarily mean it will happen, but let's get started. A Goku and Vegeta fusion cards. Now, this isn't an original idea. I mean, lots of people have had this idea. But on screen, you're going to see how I would like to see it play out. Implementing a card like this would be great because Goku and Vegeta make this series what it is. And I'm obsessed with the idea that they would be able to transform into the various different forms of their transformations and fusions over the years. I want them to have some kind of pride meter, similar to Beerus' Fury meter, except instead of filling up from left to right, it will start in the middle. And it will go one way if you block a lot of damage with a unit, and the other way if you cause a lot of damage with a unit. Going too far over to one side or the other will cause the unit to transform, just like the Great Apes, except instead of filling all 3 slots, I think they should only fill 2. If you block a lot of damage, they will transform into Super Vegito, with a small chance of becoming Vegito Blue. Both units have defense buffers, the only difference is that Blue Vegito will also be able to counter normal attacks. If you transform by doing lots of damage instead, the unit will transform into Super Gogeta, with a small chance of becoming Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Both units will buff attack, but Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta also has a small chance to counter super attacks. Now, maybe this card has too many complicated elements, I don't really know, but I just think it would be so sick to see them on the same card together. But that's about as fleshed out as any of my ideas get, really. In reality, the LR could be anyone. Cell, Ulma, Gohan, Gotenks, another Broly, I mean, who really knows? Moving away from LRs, let's talk about events. Now, we just got the new training mechanic, and I feel like we need a new daily dungeon, just like the Daily Orb dungeon, but more akin to Naruto's ramen stages, where I can do a different colour stage a day, run it multiple times, and get a bunch of the training items I need. I also think that upon the release of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, we need to see some new stages for the GT Story Mode event. Let's buff this event up even more than it already is. Give me some more Dragon Stones, and let's see some awakenings for some of the less appreciated GT characters. I know some of the Trunks cards are just kind of sitting there being rubbish, and, you know, most of the SRs kind of suck. And while we're at it, why not add the Black Star Dragon Balls to this stage? Make them randomly appear on the stages, and let us have a wish from Ultimate Shenron. Maybe we get Dragon Stones, maybe we get Elder Kais, maybe we get training items, support items, slot, etc, you know, all the normal stuff we get. Or, maybe you only get one wish on the Black Star Dragon Balls, but they do something completely unique, like maybe it lets you insta-Dokkan awaken a unit even if you don't have the medals, which would be amazing for some of the LRs. Or, maybe it lets you insta-max a unit's special attack, or something like that. Finally, let's talk about the idea of Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta as a Dokkanfest exclusive unit. In a way, I want him to usher in the new meta of the game, but let's talk about him for now as if he was a standard 120% lead. I don't really want him to be a Rainbow. I think Rainbow is too OP, and I think just making him work well with Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta makes sense to me. But just making him a Rainbow lead, or even if it was just the Super type Rainbow lead, that for me is just the tiniest little bit too strong to be part of the current meta. The abilities and stats I've come up with, I've tried my best to keep reasonable, but I think it's still a little bit too much. I really want this unit to complement Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I've tried to make it manageable, but in reality, it might be just that tiny bit too strong. Anyway, that's pretty much the end of the video. That's just my brief ideas and thoughts on what we might have coming to Dokkan Battle soon. Let me know your thoughts on the video and thoughts on what you think will be coming after the Select Dokkanfest in the comments down below, and I'll see you all next time.